What's up, DWA fam? This is Asia, here to remind you that if you like this episode, go ahead and hit subscribe on Apple Podcasts or leave us a rating and a review. We really appreciate it. It goes such a long way, and we love to hear what you guys are saying. Hope y'all enjoy this week's episode. Hey, y'all, and if you're new here, welcome to the family. My name is Asia.
My name is Jared, and thank you for listening to
Done with Adulting Podcast. We are really glad you're here because we're talking all things we have to do as adults that no one warned us about during the many years we were in school.
Yes, we also discuss pop culture, current events, and give our perspective on hot topic issues in our society. And even though we're best friends, we don't always agree.
Basically, we're millennials. We get it. Adulting is hard. Welcome to your safe space.
We hope you enjoy.
Welcome back to Done with Adulting Pod. How are you, Jared?
I'm doing well. You said my name kind of strange right there.
Jared, Jareed. I don't know anymore.
You like prolong the JA part, but
Jared.
I like it. That's how a lot of people do it in Mass anyway. So it might be a Massachusetts thing. Nah, I'm good. I'll pass.
Tell us how we should say your name, Jared.
Nah, you just say it like that. How are you?
Pretty good. Just out
Still
here.
pregnant?
Please don't even get me started. By the time this episode comes out, it'll be third trimester, which is sickening. So whatever. That's where we're at.
It's better than the first, right?
I guess, but I feel like this is where it really starts to go downhill. So I'll keep you posted.
Yeah. It's gonna get closer and closer to the date, and by the time you know it, you'll be on a bed pushing a little one. So
please, I can't think about this. That is not why we're here today, although I appreciate the check-ins.
I know people want to hear about you. They want to hear your journey. So we gotta touch on it every episode until little one comes
out. So this topic I'm so excited about. Number one, because I feel like unless you live under a rock, literally, you must have been or have heard something about NFTs or crypto in the last year. But I also feel like the last couple months, it's been super all over social media or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I think that NFTs definitely have picked up. Crypto has been out there for a few years now. So if you haven't heard of what crypto is, cryptocurrency, you're definitely behind the ball. But NFTs have started definitely picking up and getting a lot of steam, especially all over social media. So
when did you first hear about NFTs / are you into it?
I have zero idea what an NFT is still.
Great.
I understand crypto to a certain point. I've invested in crypto in the past, but these NFTs I'm so confused about. And I hear there's high school kids making millions of dollars off of NFT. I just saw there was this painting that sold for $250 of, it wasn't a monkey, it was something else, some weird type of sketch. And the person who bought it resold it for $10,000. And I just honestly don't understand how this is happening. So I'm definitely excited to learn a little bit more about it, but we should name this episode NFTs Cryptocurrency for Dummies.
I was going to name it What the Fuck Are NFTs?
Okay, that's even better.
But either one. No,
that's even better.
I feel the same way. I feel like I just started hearing about it, and which is why I'm excited for our guest today, because we have my really good friend Kelly, who I met through my Nate business. Y'all know I've had so many of my business partners on this podcast, and I will never stop because they're all so cool and they do the coolest things. But she is here with her partner Harry, and we're so excited because they are not new to this. Okay, the rest.
They're true to this.
Yeah, the rest of fucking the world, it feels like, or at least everybody I talk to. And for the past couple of weeks, Kel's been my personal crypto NFT mentor. And I've already learned so much, although I still feel so dumb in this crypto land, I call it. But anyways, I'm excited to have them on so we can just educate. We can all just get educated together with the listeners.
For sure. And honestly, this is an important topic because there's no way that this is not the future. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Like, there is no way that cash is still going to be king in the
Agreed.
next 10, 15, 20 years is all going to be digital currency. And everybody's going to have some sort of like digital type, like / virtual sort of profile or portfolio. So this is definitely something that's extremely, extremely important. And we got to get in there early instead of later, because you already saw what happened with Bitcoin and whatnot. So
yeah, no, I agree. So I'll just stop talking for now and welcome Kelly and Harry. You guys, we are so happy you are here. Please give us a little rundown who you are, what you do besides crypto stuff, where you're from, all the things.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
no, thank you for coming on.
Great intro. I'm Kell. What do I say? I mean, I don't really I have a lot of online businesses, but honestly, crypto is one of the main squeezes in my life besides this one.
Yeah. My name's Harry. We're both in Australia right now.
Yeah.
But I'm Australian, so excuse the accent. I might go a little bit bogan on you, but I'm normally a musician, traveling, touring, music production, all that kind of stuff. But obviously with COVID and everything in the last 2 years, my job's kind of been put on hold. And yeah, I guess I've had to find other ways to, kind of make money in this current climate. So I guess crypto is kind of like the obvious play. Can still be at home, still can write music, but still can make good money on the side. So, and now it's actually become more of a full-time job than music, because it doesn't look like I'll be playing any shows anytime soon over in Australia.
Yeah.
So
still, that sounds like the flexibility of everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. So
plug the band name for the listeners. We've got most of the US over here.
Yeah, I don't know. We've done a few shows over there. Our name's Safia, Safia.
Put that in the notes.
Wow.
Yeah, chuck it in.
So before we get into crypto stuff, this is such like an American question, but how is it living in Australia? Because like from my perspective, all I hear about is just the crazy wildlife and the crazy species that live over there. And to me, it's like I'll be scared to go to Australia just to see like a tarantula in my house.
My God, Jared!
Oh no,
not a tarantula.
A tarantula. I've never seen a snake in the wild.
Okay,
the worst thing that's happened to me is probably bitten by a mosquito.
You must be living under a rock, because there was like a snake over
I've
there.
not seen one.
Well,
so it's such a stereotype.
Let me talk, because I'm American and I moved here, and I can tell you from firsthand experience that the spiders are as big as my hand, and they live in your car.
No, they don't.
I'll have to burn the whole car down, or burn the whole car. Wouldn't be able to write that again.
Yeah.
Also, what about Corona? I feel like when we were in lockdown, y'all were not, because you do things correctly. Well, I don't know.
I'm going to set the record straight on the media.
Yes.
It is not as crazy as you guys think over here. It's actually probably better over here than over where you guys are.
I agree.
It might seem like there's a lot of lockdown and whatnot, but our government has been really good at keeping their promise of staying in lockdown and then coming out of it and not going back in so far. Obviously, Harry has different views because of the music industry and how it's kind of been a little bit fucked, but
it's totally fucked.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because there are certain things, like athletics and whatnot, that do really big, like a football game type of thing, like that's still happening, but festivals and shows can't happen. So it is a little bit unfair on that front. But in regards to making it seem like Nazis over here, that's not the case. It is definitely not.
No, I was thinking like you all must be doing something right, because I just remember at one point like in 2020, the first whatever part of this hell we live in every day, but like our cases were so high, and I kept seeing stuff like, oh, Australia has like, or parts of Australia have like no cases, like whatever they're doing is working. Like I was saying that to say like y'all did it, I feel like, better than us. But
oh yeah, we definitely don't have cases, and it's like one person died, everyone in lockdown.
Yeah.
So however you want to look at that.
Fair.
Yeah. Less cases, but more lockdown.
But our being a much lower population, maybe relative
It's
to,
relative, yeah.
I don't know, but I think we've done pretty well. But everyone seems to be pretty nonchalant about it now. It's like,
yeah, the new
if you
variant.
get like literally, we had COVID like a week ago, and we were with some friends, and we were like, "Do you guys still want to hang out with us?" Not like, yeah, can you just give it to us so we can get it over and done with?
Yeah, we're gonna start having COVID parties.
No.
Everyone just get it.
I'm fucking
Yeah,
petrified.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Well, let's get into it. We have so many questions, Jared. I feel like, where do we even start?
I mean, basically the first thing is, can you explain what crypto is, like, to an idiot, to somebody who has no idea,
idiots,
to somebody who's been under a rock and doesn't have any idea what digital currency is or what crypto
I guess
is.
the best way to explain it, how the initial reason why it was created was to, get away from centralized banks and have a currency that can be like traded or circulated without a government or a bank controlling where it goes, and how much you can move around, how much you can send. So obviously you can go from US to Australian dollars in a second, and the fees are like hardly anything. But yeah, I guess that's kind of
like on paper, that's what it would be decentralized money or currency.
Yeah.
Coming from America and being Australian, I know how hard it is to transfer money from my American bank to Australian bank. It takes like over a week. Whereas in cryptocurrency, it takes about the longest I think I've ever waited was maybe like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's really nice. But I guess if you want to align stocks, because most people kind of understand what stocks are, like, the generic idea of it, crypto and trading crypto is similar, but a lot more trend analysis, chart analysis, and, really looking at the trends and the way that the community of crypto is trading in. That's kind of how, so like buy low, sell high type of situation. So if you want to think about it like that, it's kind of what it is. But there is so many different realms of crypto, whether it's NFTs or coins or DeFi, which we can go into on what that is a little bit later. It is hard to explain it to quote unquote an idiot.
Being that we are idiots ourselves. So
Yeah,
we don't really know what we're talking about.
Yeah, maybe don't trust us at all on this.
You guys know why?
Yeah.
You are the best guest for this, because we say that all the time. Jared and I come on this podcast every week and give people advice about shit we are not experts in, and we're just like, don't get your facts from here.
Yeah,
Definitely
don't get your facts
fact
from here, yeah.
definitely fact check us, but like, if you wanna, listen in and take our info, so be it. So that is totally fine.
So hold on, I have another question right before we get into the depth of it. Also, like, I guess jumping into crypto, like for a first timer, what is mining? Like mining a cryptocurrency?
Is that like an easy question?
Honestly, this is the one thing that I've been meaning to look into, but I've never really understood it. But
neither have I. I've been so lost. Like, I've heard people say, "Oh, you mine this, you mine that." I'm like, what does that even mean? So
I know it's a brief summary, but I could be really wrong. So like, really don't take this advice, or maybe fact check me. But I think mining. So Bitcoin, if you look at what people say the negative side to it is, I guess it costs a lot of money to make a Bitcoin, like a coin in general, like with all the energy and everything. So I think the reason why it's called mining is because when you are doing certain transactions on a trade or whatever, someone has to approve it. And I think the miners have to approve it, and they get
approving transactions.
Yeah, approving transactions, because it costs so much energy to, I guess, create a Bitcoin. Like I said, do not quote me on that.
No,
yeah,
that's a guess.
I don't know. Maybe
We'll do some,
that's
more
for Google.
research. Yeah, for sure.
That's something we haven't really had to research or focus on at all. So that's why I have no idea.
Are you asking because I feel like there's all those ones you did mention. There's, NFTs all over Instagram and everything, but so many people message me, especially, and they're just like, make this much money with mining and blah, 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 because it's like really out there.
Well, no, I just know when I first started hearing about crypto and like the different types of wallets and I guess how it's tracked from ledger to ledger, I just heard the word mining and I never really got an understanding of what that actually was. And even to this day, like I said, I still don't even know what that actually means. So
yeah, I think my only understanding is that it's a miner validates a transaction. That's
okay. So that's
really
what actually
all I can
gets
do.
it approved for you to actually purchase. Got you.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's leave it at that.
The high five.
I love it.
Okay, so the new thing is like NFTs. I feel like this is everywhere now, like out of nowhere. Crypto, I feel like we've been hearing about for a while. It's obviously been around for a while, and I don't actually know how long NFTs have been around or not. I'm sure it's been a few years and just now people are like talking about it. But can you explain to us, you said like NFT is like a type of cryptocurrency, but like what actually is it? Obviously it stands for NFT is like an acronym. So just give us like a quick rundown about those.
I actually don't know what the acronym is.
I think it's like non
token.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
okay.
why.
What was that?
Yeah.
They're tiny little JPEGs that look like absolute shit. And you pay a lot of money for them.
They on the surface level, that's probably what it looks like, yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess the best way to explain it is it's kind of like a what would you say, like a license or a digital address that gives you the rights to owning that certain asset. So you could say, what's a good example?
Well, those are a lot of big words, I'm not going to lie. And we are.
I was there. I was catching on. I was with them.
No, it was good. I think the one thing about NFTs that I absolutely love that I can kind of explain what it is like Harry said, it's a digitalized asset that you own the rights to, but you also, it's literally like a flex. It's like a Rolex. It's like a Ferrari. It's digital flex. And not only do you buy an NFT and you can get that flex, but you can also make money if, the price of it goes up, and you get access to that specific community. You get access to, depending on what NFT you choose, you also can get access to a lot of other things as well. Like, for example, and I don't know, Jared, if you were talking about this before, when you were saying like the 250 to the 10,000, if it was Bored Ape Yacht Club, it's a monkey. And those are what a lot of celebrities are starting to buy at the moment. And it's all because of it's a flex, and you get access to certain clubs all around the world in real life. And now the metaverse is happening, which I won't go into because we're talking about NFTs, but that's how I would explain it.
I feel like too, when I think about it, or how I've been thinking about it, is like, it's almost like a future tell me if this makes sense, because I've been thinking about this in my mind. It's almost like a futuristic digital, like how people collect like expensive ass art, how you're saying like it's a flex, like expensive ass art, and they can either like hang it in their fucking parlor and like show people it, or they can like resell it for more, right? Or like collector's items, because I feel like what I'm seeing is like there's so many different types of NFTs and like so many different just like, what is that called, like avenues, like I have seen art as an NFT, or like now it's like, I was talking to you, Kelly, about this like music and how songs can become NFTs now. So I just feel like it's also like, if you think about it as like something you might own in real life as a collector's item that's important to you, like maybe you have a connection to the creator or whatever, so you keep it and like, it has value, but you don't sell it, or you sell it for, what it's worth. Does that make sense? But like digital and way cooler.
Yeah,
Way
right.
cooler.
Well, yeah, I think because me being in the music industry, I've kind of researching the whole application to the music industry and how artists now won't require like a what do you call it, like a label anymore, because you're not going to need the funding anymore, because you can literally just create an NFT and just call it say it's the Sapphire NFT. And I've actually, you know what, I can't use me as an example because I'll probably get in shit if my label ever heard this. So let's just scrap that. Say it's called the Cup.
The cup NFT.
Yeah, because I'm holding a cup.
Love that.
And yeah, so you can like kind of, it's like investing in Apple, but you're investing into a band because you like their music and you want to be a part of that band. And this is like the perfect way to get involved and invest in them, and also, drive capital into the company, and therefore they can actually have an income based on the investors instead of from the label, who pretty much is going to take most of your money from your returns anyway.
Right.
So
it's a really good
point.
point.
And then in return to the investors, you could give them like tiered access. You could give them, free access for a year to any concert that they're playing, or free merch, or discount codes, all this stuff based on
basically your return on investment.
Yeah. So it's just stuff like that. So which I think is a good way to explain it, because a lot of people just seeing it as people buying stupid pictures of monkeys, whereas actually, if you look behind that, there's actually so much more application that, people are it's not really accessible as much at the moment, but I think as time goes on, it's going to be the next huge thing.
Yeah.
And it's really going to change the way artists and creators, like, it's just going to change how they make money, and it's going to be huge.
That's something that I personally love. Is I think that, especially in the music industry, like, we've all seen certain artists, have documentaries about how the music industry was taking all their money or telling them what to do. And, and, my cousin's an artist, like a painter, and she has hustled her ass off to try and get her beautiful, massive paintings into museums, into the LA Art Show. And, this is giving the artists or the music industry or any sort of creative, basically like a second chance, which is absolutely epic. And that's one of the reasons why I think that it is going to be the future.
So what do you think will be the best place to invest money for people listening? Do you think it would be with NFTs or crypto, or do you think it's kind of like a mix of both?
Yeah, well, just as like a follow-up question to that, what do you guys prefer? Like, you guys are into like all of it, I assume, like lots of different types of cryptocurrencies and also lots of different types of NFTs. So what like gets you excited right now more, if that makes sense?
Well, he gets me excited. NFTs is my
they're much more fun, just based on the fact that you can make thousands of dollars from a stupid picture. It's just like, who wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
Can you give us an example? Sorry, I was gonna say, can you give us an example of when you've made thousands of dollars from a stupid picture? Like, what?
Yes.
Did you know that was gonna happen?
Very good example.
Yeah.
No, we didn't know.
Loot.
Yeah. So we were a part of the bull market. For those of you who don't know, there's bull and bear. And bull is when things are going up, and bear is when things are going down. And that's in stocks, crypto, NFTs, etc. And we were in the last bull market of NFTs, and we bought this picture that is called a loot. And it is literally a black JPEG with white writing aligned to the left. And there's maybe like 10 words or sentences on it. And that's it. If you want to look it up, you can look it up, because it looks absolutely ridiculous. How much did we buy it for? We bought it together.
It was actually a little bit degenerate. We probably, in hindsight, was a silly idea, because we spent
a lot of
way too much. It was probably like, I think it was 8 ETH at the time.
like 21 grand.
Maybe that.
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
remember.
Jesus.
Something like
We
that.
only work in Ethereum.
Yeah, we work in Ethereum because that's
Which is-
NFT currency.
Okay, thank
which
you.
is the currency that NFTs are traded in.
Yeah.
And there was heaps of buzz on Twitter and in some of the Discord groups just going off about it, and we didn't understand it. I still don't understand it because it apparently had some game-changing I don't know, application. I couldn't tell you anymore, and we were just in it for the hype. And it just,
we sold it for 100 grand.
I think it maybe doubled. So
Well,
it was probably like 20
it went to
20
20
we sold it for.
Yeah, 20 and then
In
Ethereum,
how
I think,
long?
went up
Over how much
That
time?
was like,
Like-
I think it was like a day.
like a day.
Yeah.
Oh,
But this is
This is what it looks like.
Oh yeah, I would
I
never
just
buy
Googled
that.
it. Yeah.
yeah,
Not for-
like, it's the silliest thing, but
The dumbest.
So you
thing.
use your crypto
I
to
mean-
purchase an NFT because you use the Ethereum to purchase an NFT.
Yeah, you have
Yes.
to, right? Most of the time, you have to do that. You have to purchase NFT.
yeah, it's
in
all
Ethereum.
run off.
Yeah.
You need a decentralized wallet, which is like, it's just all runs on Web3, which is just like a new layer of the internet, which I won't go into because it's also kind of hard to explain, but it's all blockchain and all that stuff. But yeah, you need to put your Ethereum onto a decentralized wallet and then connect it to OpenSea, which is the marketplace for buying, purchasing NFTs. There's a few other marketplaces, but this is the most heavily traded. And that's where you start trading.
Okay, that was a really good example. But in that example, which I feel like is the same with stocks, though, so I don't think that this should scare people away. But like, it takes money to make money, right? Like, not all the time. And I also feel like in crypto, maybe there's more of a chance for you to make money with less money than there. Like in stocks, it takes money to make money. To me, that's like the rule in my mind. In crypto, it's the same, I feel like, but also you have more of a chance of like making money or like flipping an NFT that maybe you didn't pay for at all, or you paid for like a really low price and it wasn't $20,000 or whatever, and it flips and makes you a shit ton of money. And it's easier to do that within cryptocurrency than it is within stocks.
I think it's actually easier to be more specific in NFTs.
Okay.
NFTs, I'll give you another example where we spent $30 on NFT and it ended up getting to 10 grand, I believe. Bears Deluxe. I think it got to 10
about
grand.
5 ETH, so that's probably like
15
20 grand.
20 grand. So we paid $30 for those NFTs. And it went up, I think maybe in like a week or two, I think it was. So yes, you're correct.
Totally a fluke. Like, had no idea that it was going to do that. It was just, we're in one of the Discord groups that we pretty much live in. They're all just going, everyone's just shilling different projects, and someone talked about Bears Deluxe, and everyone's like, oh, they look cute. Like, let's just buy some. They're $30 each. So like, why not?
Bears Deluxe is known as well for like big professional athletes to buy them as well. So when it comes to NFTs and it comes to, you seeing people, especially celebrities, buying on Twitter or on Instagram, and you're seeing them flex it, it is a good indication that that NFT probably will do well. Like you said, Asia, there are, most of the ones that they are flexing are probably over like 200 grand. So that's kind of unrealistic for the normal Joe, but there is a possible opportunity for when they are quite low to get a higher return. And I think that NFTs are a quicker return as well compared to crypto.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions, is like, what makes you, I guess, lean towards a specific NFT? So you're saying just checking social media of celebrities, and also you mentioned Discord.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, as
Can
we
you
were
just
saying before, how
elaborate a little bit more on
Yeah,
like
sorry.
what Discord is and for the people who don't know?
it's like I think it started off as like a gaming chat room. People just, it's pretty much just like a messenger.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
kind of
So
like
we,
it reminds
It's
me of
Slack.
Slack.
Yeah, it's like Slack.
Like Slack.
pretty much exactly.
Every NFT or most NFTs, some of them use Telegram, but most of them use Discord, and it's because it's a chat, but it's completely organized in all different types of chats. So you're in what's called a server, and then there's all these different chats on the side for that one specific NFT. And we are in one of the most influential Discords that you can be in. You have to own what's called a cyberkong, and we both own baby kongs, and you get access to this chat in the cyberkong chat called Wall Street Kongs, and that's where the real alpha is. Alpha equals info. So
Cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Alpha equals info.
alpha.
Yeah, I need like a
So, yeah.
fucking dictionary for this shit.
I know.
Yeah, there's a lot of lingo you'll find in crypto that takes a while to adopt, but yeah.
My favorite story that I could actually share is I was talking to Harry about something, and I was like, can you explain to me how cyberkongs, make a passive income? And he goes, okay, so you have to own a Genesis cyberkong, and they generate bananas, and the bananas can turn into currency if they want, or they can use it for like one banana equals one banana. And then you can also own a duck. And if you own a duck, then you actually earn vault, and the vault you can use to feed your toad. And if your duck licks the toad, it turns into a mega toad or something like that. I don't know. It's just like, if someone heard us talking right now, they would absolutely think we're insane.
Also, we didn't mention this, but how long have you guys been doing this? Like, when did you first start? Like, you guys are I consider you to be very knowledgeable. So how many years has it taken you to get there? Yeah.
Crypto, I think
2020.
So yeah, right around COVID times.
A great COVID project. Getting into crypto.
Well, it started with stocks, and then
moved to crypto.
It's just so much more fun in crypto. There's just like it's just a bunch of young degenerates just throwing money around. And,
it's actually wild to be like, oh my God, you're 16. Like, I can't right now.
Yeah.
There are some people who are in the chats who are like, yeah, I'm 13 and I'm using my mom's money. I have $2 million in NFTs. I'm like,
yeah, like I've seen like high schoolers making millions of dollars through NFTs. I'm just like,
yeah, it's crazy.
I want that.
Yeah.
I want that. Yeah. So to that point, like, I mean, we've barely even scratched the surface of like what you need to know or whatever, but like, let's say somebody listening to this was like, I'm now listening to this and I want to learn more or get started, or at least like get some more information. Where would you say is like maybe the best place to start? Where did y'all start with crypto and NFT? And then like, how can someone just like get to know the basics, aside from like do your own research, people, Google, hello, empower yourselves, but also like seriously from people who I consider to be experts?
I would say the number one resource would be YouTube. Everything's there. Literally, like everything I know is pretty much all there. And then you just kind of branch off from there. Twitter is really good if you're following the right people. It's probably good to learn a little bit about like the charts, how to read, supply and demand, all that kind of the basics. But where else do we find info?
Discord. I know that when you started, and when we both started, I was actually thinking about taking a course, and then Harry was like, why would you take a course? Just look on YouTube. It's free information.
Yeah.
And then you can buy access to certain Discords to where you pay like monthly, and then you get a lot of really good information. But something that we should definitely say is that there are some YouTubers out there that will screw you over. I'm not necessarily sure which ones. Yeah, like scammers or people who will quote unquote pull the rug underneath you, where they'll buy a bunch, they'll tell you to buy a bunch, and then they'll sell before you sell, and then you'll basically get fucked. So just be aware of that and understand, you know, who's actually credible and who's not. Most of the people that we found that are credible are the people who are big influencers. They have a lot of followers. They have a really good community out there, and they aren't just being, you know, yelled at half the time.
Yeah, I've seen Discord through TikTok. Like I've seen people put up like quick TikTok videos of how they made so much money, and they're like, "Oh, come to my Discord and I'll tell you how to do this." But with Discord, that's where you're saying you have to pay for access, kind of.
Not all of them.
Yeah, but you definitely, there would be so many who are saying like, yeah, pay this much, come into my Discord, I'll give you like all my trades or all the the best info. But I mean, I wouldn't yet be doing that straight away. You definitely want to try and, you know, weed out all the scammers and the people trying to just pump their own bags. That makes any sense.
Yeah, I think the way that we weeded it out was really understanding the basics. So going on YouTube and, like Harry said, understanding what a candlestick looks like, what a chart looks like. And because if you know the basics and you're listening to someone say like shilling, which means, what does shilling mean? How do you explain that? Like
just like, here, buy this coin.
Yeah, like buy this coin. That's what shilling is like backing up a certain coin like aggressively. If you know the basics of a chart and you go and look at a chart and then they're shilling something and you're like, that's not true, then you can kind of get their credibility confirmed.
Kind of call their bluff a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Sometimes when I'm on Twitter now that I follow like crypto people and NFT people, I don't even know if I'm following the right people, but I'm just out here trying to find some information. There's so many like NFT giveaways and like all this stuff, which makes me think like, are those things real? Number one, but also like there's a level of security I feel like to be considered when you're getting into cryptocurrency that I feel like people should know about. So if you could speak to that in any way, or like how that comes into play.
Because I feel like a lot of people are scared of like cryptos and NFTs because they're not tangible. You can't actually touch it or feel it. So if you could touch on that part.
Yeah, that's the one thing. There's so many scammers out there trying to trick you into pretty much like with digital wallets and all that. There's things called seed phrases, which is pretty much
your password,
the password to all your money. And people don't really understand how important those 24 letters are. And they'll just give it out not knowing, and they can literally just take all your money. So the best thing to do really is to purchase a hardware wallet,
which is a ledger.
Which is like ledger. It's this thing here. Not like everyone else.
It looks like a USB kind of thing, and it basically, it's the same thing as having a wallet, but you have to have that hardware piece enabled to get into it. So even if someone tries to scam you with it, it's virtually
they'd have to physically be holding the device and clicking proof for them to steal all your money.
But I guess to be aware of what not to share and what you can share. You can share your ETH address, which is connected to your wallet. That is actually how people can airdrop you things. And so that's okay. It's okay to share your ETH wallet. You should not share your seed phrase, which is what you have when you set up a wallet. And do not ever share that. And one other thing that I know is do not screen share when something is open, your wallet is open or something.
Well, just because they could see it, they could copy it.
So like there's a lot of people who've gotten scammed where they screen share their screen and somehow they can see everything and they can like control your screen. So just be aware of that.
I think another one is what is it? VPN. So you can so your IP address is kind of
incognito.
Yeah. So I think apparently there's ways they can get you with that too. So
like the hackers, the hackers today are like out of this world. They're able to find and dive into pretty much anything now.
The other one I just remembered is Asia, you were talking about NFTs and the giveaways and everything like that. If they send you a link, you got to make sure that the link is official, because what you can do is you can click the link and then connect it to your wallet, and then
they get access.
Somehow they can
I don't know
get
how
access
they do
there.
That either.
So when you are I don't really know, but when you are sharing certain things, and make sure when you're clicking on the link, it is official. The way that you do verify a link is most of the time when it's a verified Twitter account and their URL is in the bio, that's official. And then the other way that I can confirm is when you go into their Discord and they have an official links area. So that's how you confirm that.
Yeah, it's 2022 now, and I feel like people's Instagrams are still getting hacked because they're clicking on links that people DM them. I'm like, bro, how is that still possible? Stop clicking on random links. If you have a regular job, your IT team sends you emails like trying to get you to click on links. You should know not to click on a link for anything now. But can you touch a little bit more on the wallets? Like, what's the best wallet to have your money in? Are there different types of wallets? They're all pretty much virtual, right? So are there different types, or are they all the same?
They all work in the same way, that they, it's just a place to store your crypto in a decentralized way.
Before you keep going, sorry to interrupt. You can hold USD in your wallets as well. Just to clarify that, that's actually how you buy the crypto. So you put the money from your bank account into your crypto wallet, which is USD or AUD or CAD, whatever currency you have, and then you can trade it to crypto.
And is the wallet the same thing as the platform where you're purchasing the crypto? So like I have an app where I can purchase crypto. Is that my wallet?
You can swap within the wallet.
What's the app, Jared?
Let me look. FTX.
Oh, you have FTX. We have FTX.
Well, that's more centralized. It's not a Web3 wallet. If you want to be fully decentralized, you'd want to move on to something like MetaMask or what else is there?
Let me write this down.
Wallet.
But Asia
I know Coinbase.
Trust Wallet.
Yeah. So so far in my experience, I was late night. Well, it was late for me. It wasn't late for you, Kel, but I was late night texting Kelly because I have MetaMask for my wallet, which I'm learning is like a really popular one, especially for like NFTs and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of sites are like connect your MetaMask. That's the first thing they say. So I have that. And then I also have Coinbase. And I got Coinbase just because like it had, I don't even know. I've heard of it before. It has like a lot of stars on fucking Apple Store. And now I'm like, I kind of hate Coinbase because what I've found is like, there's Coinbase, the app where I can like buy coins. Like I bought some coins on there, but then there's Coinbase, the wallet, which is a different app. And I thought that when I bought stuff on Coinbase, it would just go to my Coinbase wallet. And like, that's not the case. You have to transfer it over there. Yeah. And to transfer it over there, there's fees despite them both being Coinbase things. So I'm just like in the process or in like the very early stages of the journey, just trying to figure out like which wallets I like best or like don't like. And it's definitely been like some trial and error, but I was pretty pissed at Coinbase last night or whatever that was.
Something to definitely understand is it's okay to have a lot of wallets. And Asia, I know you and I are both discussing that a lot, where a lot of people like to have all their money in one place, which is totally understandable.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely have over 10 wallets.
Yeah.
Different wallets.
It's good to have a wallet where you kind of just store and you don't touch and you like don't do too much like trading because, just in case you do click on bad link. If you had a wallet that you did more of your trading and it's not got your biggest, most expensive NFTs on it, then if you get scammed, then at least it won't take all of your expensive shit, you know. But I think that's the one kind of annoying thing about getting your money from like the Coinbase exchange to a Web3 wallet. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay the fees to get it there, because you can't really just put like $5,000 onto a MetaMask wallet without bringing it from a centralized exchange like Coinbase.
Right.
I'm not sure why. There's like the maximum is like $500
a week.
Yeah.
Which is insane. Yeah. Whereas I guess the one it's really different in every country as well. So it is hard to speak on that question of what wallet is the best, because I think that they are all different in every country. I know, Asia, you tried to get Qcoin, however the fuck you say that. And I know we have it, but I don't think US has it. And the reason why we have so many different wallets, just to clarify that, is because different coins trade on different exchanges. So that's one of the reasons why we have so many wallets as well. But the main wallet that you want to get is a Ledger or a Trezor or whatever the names are, a hardware wallet. That's the best. That's the safest wallet to get.
Yeah.
To hold your money. To hold your money.
Yeah, I do remember I was looking for the Dogecoin a few months ago and I couldn't find it. And I had to, that's why I think I got the FTX, or I think it's called Blockfolio, because they had Dogecoin. But can you talk about, like, do you know anything about meme? What they call them, meme cryptos? Yeah, meme coins. So that's like what the Dogecoin is.
Yeah.
You lost me. I'm lost.
Yeah, well, I don't like to touch a lot of meme coins. It's very much a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
It's all kind of driven by hype and collective belief. Everyone's, talking about it on Twitter, so it'll pump, but then it'll dump on you straight away. I just stay away unless you really know what you're doing, you know how to trade charts. You can make a shit ton of money.
Yeah, if it's really low and it's just starting out, like, maybe chuck in $10.
Yeah, but you're not going to get to it early enough usually, unless you're just, a complete degenerate. Just
lucky. That's another thing. I remember reading a few people on Doge, like they bought it a few years ago at like, I don't even know what cent, like maybe.
Because you want to get it
1 cent.
Yeah, you want to get it under a cent, and then hopefully it gets to 5-10 cents, and you make a ton of money, and then hopefully it'll get to $1.
More. There was a guy who had what was it in August? He bought like $5,000 worth of Shiba.
Shiba, yeah.
Oh, Shiba, yep.
I think now it's worth like $1 billion or something.
His wallet, he forgot about it, and then he was like, "Oh, I have that," and looked at his wallet, and I'm pretty sure he had like $3 billion.
Something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
So yeah,
See?
I mean, it can't.
Those are goals. Goals right there.
$200 worth.
It's like the lotto with those meme coins.
Yeah. So what makes it a meme coin is because, like, you know what a meme is. It's just like
it doesn't have
fake
any
crypto.
backing.
Yeah, it doesn't really have any use, no utility. It's literally just a coin made by someone, and they just say, "Here, everyone, here's 10 million coins, trade it." Yeah. It's a picture of a dog, like, that's really all it is. Occasionally,
because it is possible for you to make your own coin, right?
Yeah, you can do it right now if you want to. I have no idea how to, but if you've got enough hype behind it, maybe get someone on Twitter to talk about it. That'd probably be enough to get it just flying.
But that's why I think NFTs would be better to do that if that was your plan, because people can actually see it. People struggle with not touching NFTs because it's not tangible, but it's the same thing with a coin. If the coin it would be harder to pump a coin versus an NFT because you actually have something you can see. Yeah. Whereas coins, it's just like a chart and you're like, yeah, sick, that's boring.
Yeah.
I think too, like, we're talking about like a lot of the funny like stories and examples we're giving are like, just like sometimes random shit that happens, which is like the exciting part I feel like about crypto. But what I have found so far is like the people who know what they're doing and like are making money and like not just getting lucky all the time, have like put time and effort into trying to understand like the market, the charts. And so like, I feel like a lot of people who are talking about NFTs right now just want to get into them because they feel like they can just get rich quick. And that's just not the case. And so like, can you also just like with that in mind, sort of talk about like where you think like we've talked about so many different types of coins and NFTs and stuff already, but like, why do you guys think that this is like the way of the future, or like where do you think this is going to go in the next like 3 to 5 years that makes it important for somebody to like start learning now? Because I feel like there's still going to be people out there that are like, this could flop in 3 to 5 years. I don't believe that, like just from what I've learned, but I was just wondering if you could speak to that a little bit.
Well, yeah, like I talked about with music or with anything to do where you can monetize your art or your maybe you can. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do it with your house soon. You'll have a deed to your house through an NFT. I think it's all just going to evolve into a more use case where people can actually use this shit instead of just a fucking picture of a monkey, you know? So
I think also we didn't really touched a lot on NFTs and their backing, but coins also have backing. So they have purpose too. It's not just buying a coin. That's really what a meme coin is you just buy something so random. Whereas you can have a coin that is really good for security, like website security. You can have a coin that backs up the way that e-commerce is ran. You know, it could completely change our economic system in such a positive way because there's so much money involved that isn't being regulated in a positive way. So when it comes to crypto and NFTs in the future and whatnot, you know, they're kind of avoiding inflation, which is a big issue that people don't realize. They don't realize that, you know, you hold $1 and you can lose 2 cents every year on that $1. You know, Jared was saying cash is king. That was the past. That's not going to be anymore.
no,
like,
not at all.
Inflation.
we don't. I mean, I know I don't. Any money any paycheck I get goes straight into crypto because I just know that it's saying my bank account, it's losing value by the day. And I can literally, I mean, we could definitely talk way more about decentralized finance, which is insane because that's literally passive income for literally holding a coin and staking a coin into a protocol, and literally like you can make 50% APR.
Yeah, or
literally by holding
9,000.
Yeah, APR. Or you can literally hold in some with some coins. Some protocols. You can literally go and hold US dollars and just stake it into this protocol, and they'll give you 70% APR,
which is like interest.
Interest.
Yeah.
Which
you're not seeing that in
you normally
banks
get like. No, you get like what 3-4% or something with this.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah. With this, you can literally put 10 grand, and by the end of the year, you'll have 17 grand.
My brother-in-law, he just did what you said. I don't know the exact method he went about, but he was kind of sketched out at first. He thought it was a scam, but it said that he can get like 80 or 75% APR on some money that he invests. So he did it, and now we're just seeing if he's going to make what they said he's going to make in a year from now. But
yeah, Jared, that's what I did with Kelly.
It fluctuates. Yeah.
When I was on one of my calls with Kelly, she helped me invest in a coin called Time, and the site too, they have like a calculator where you can put in like a year from now or 90 days from now or whatever. And I literally only have $8 worth of it because I'm a nobody. And if I just leave it there for a year and literally don't do anything with it, don't add to it or whatever, I staked it, and it'll be like $5,000 by next year.
I might Venmo you or Cash App you some money so you could.
Don't Venmo me. Get your own. Listen, you guys are gonna want to like freaking hire Kelly and Harry after this. You can't. They're mine. Just kidding. Jesus. But if you know somebody who seriously has been doing this for a while, like I think that's a good thing to mention too. Like if you know somebody who's well versed or like have been doing this for a few years, like Kelly and Harry, like definitely network. Like put yourself out there, learn from other people who have been doing it, because it is so helpful to have Kelly at my fingertips to ask her like random shit or like even just to sit on a 2-hour video chat with me, like walking me through stuff. So yeah, also I want to mention, Jared, did you I was talking to Kelly about this too, but did you see the Nas NFT? This is like what really got me going with it.
I did not.
This is going back to like the music industry and how cool this is. But Nas, who's like one of my favorite rappers, who most people should know, but you know, some people don't, whatever. But he's a rapper. He's an old school rapper. Like he was hot back when we were in middle school. But he has these 2 songs off his new album that he is making into NFTs. It was supposed to drop this week and the fucking site crashed. So they moved the drop date to next week. But if you get it, they're only doing like 1,100 shares of it. But if you get it, you basically own a percentage of that song and you make money off like the royalties and the streams from that song. So Nas will own 50%. And then like the rest of the owner, like, you know, investors will own a really small percentage of it. Yeah. And I'm so like, that to me is something that's like so innovative and like cool to think about. Like, what if artists, like what if Harry's band has an NFT? And I also think it's great for the fan to like be involved, like you were saying, Harry, but it's also great for the artist, because if I own a fucking percentage of Nas's song, you think I'm not playing that song on a loop in my house 24 hours a day to get the streams up, like, and telling other people to play it? Like, I definitely am going to.
So win-win for everybody.
Yeah, so that's my newest NFT that I'm trying to get, and it's a really small percentage. Also, what Nas is doing too that makes it really cool is he's trying to make it so like a lot of people trying to get it, they're not into NFTs at all, so you can actually buy it with a credit card, US dollars, and if you have like MetaMask or whatever, it'll go straight to your MetaMask. Yeah, so, and there's no gas prices on it either if you use your credit card. So anyways, I'll let you guys know if I get it, but this is something that I'm very excited about. But I'm also excited to just like learn more about like other projects and artists, like you said, Kell, and like people who are going to create NFTs, and like maybe you just buy it because you believe in them and it's like a long-term hold, and their shit doesn't take off for like 3 years, but you got it when nobody knew about them. You know what I mean? So that's like what I think is cool too.
That's it.
It's just going to keep blowing up in the future. One of my questions for you is, what do you think the biggest threat or concern for cryptocurrency and NFTs could be? I know, at least in the US, I know the government is trying to find a way to like regulate it. I don't know exactly how they're doing it in Australia, but to me, I could see the government trying to get their hands in and just ruining the whole thing.
Well, China bans Bitcoin like every 2 seconds. So that's one thing. The government could just ban it, which would be an issue.
Well, yeah, I'm not really sure how that works, because the whole point is that it's all decentralized and the government can't touch it. But yeah, maybe they can find a way to ruin it for everyone. I'm not really sure. I don't know too much about that area, but I'm just going to act like everything's going to be okay.
Optimistic.
Is Australia like, because it's like trading and having Bitcoin or crypto and NFTs, is it different from the US versus Australia? I know you said you could transfer them.
I think
like that.
It seems like the US has a bit more restrictions. Like there's certain exchanges that, you guys can't. It's like FTX US you have to use, I think.
And you have to use Binance US.
Binance US.
Oh, Binance US,
Qcoin, which has a lot. Yep.
Yeah.
I think difference-wise, you guys are more in tune with it and more open to doing it, but probably more regulated over there. Whereas here,
shocker,
people are kind of, they're a bit slow over here, being like, oh, I want to get into it. Like, there's all of my friends who have asked me about it have been American, whereas none of my Australian friends have asked.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
We have already taken up an hour of your time. We could literally talk about this for several long hours. But I feel like we at least hit the basics for people to, again, do your own research, reach out to somebody who you know that does it. But before we go, we always give our guests just an opportunity to say like anything you want, one last minute like piece of advice or like thought about cryptocurrency that you want to share with the listeners before we sign off. Last minute
It's a
tips.
very volatile market. It's a very volatile market, and you don't lose money until you sell it. So you could buy it. It could go down. Doesn't mean you lost it. Wait until it goes back up.
I like that.
That's a great
But
tip.
no,
Yeah, don't be a little bitch.
The optimism, I like it.
No,
It's not lost until you sell.
Do some research. Definitely do as much research as you can, so you can, when it does get volatile and it does crash on you, you won't freak the hell out because you think it's all going to zero. That's how the market works. It goes up and down. It can't always go all up.
And it's 24 hours. We didn't say that. Yeah. It's a 24-hour market, so it's
which is
always,
better than stocks.
It's not like this. Exactly.
24/7 too.
It's good and bad because you don't get a break from it.
Yeah.
True. Even the weekends too, right? 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also you never are sad when you take profits. So make sure you take profits no matter how small it is. Every profit is a good win. So make sure you take profits.
Yes, indeed.
Offline, I
I
think.
tell myself that many times.
Yeah, offline, I think you need to tell us exactly what to invest in, specific cryptos and NFTs.
Don't be trying to get my crypto geniuses in your back pocket, Jared. But low key,
that's what they want, no?
Kelly, I don't know if you need like another.
Add Jared to the Discord.
If you need to add another, oh yeah, we could add Jared. You could do that, but I don't know if Kelly, you need to add another business to your many business portfolio. But if you wanted to, people who are like too lazy to like search on YouTube or like don't know which YouTubes to watch, like YouTube could just do like a fucking cryptos for dummies course and charge people for it. And I guarantee you they'll pay just to have the information at their fingertips from people they trust. That's just me giving you another business idea you don't need.
As in, like, you just want it from us.
Well, like, I'm getting it for free. I'm kind of like, wow, blessed. This is all free information. But your time is valuable. Like, I feel bad sometimes when we're on for hours. I'm like, gosh, like, but
She's
you would
tired
be,
of me.
yeah, but Cal would be like degenning in crypto anyways for those hours, probably. So I'm just here to observe.
I'm a degen. It'll be called, the course will be called Cryptos for Idiots and Degens. Yeah. Not financial advice.
Well, thank you both so much for coming on. If you guys want to drop socials or anything for the listeners to follow you, I mean, you don't have to open up your DMs to crypto questions if you don't want to, but just drop whatever you'd like, and we'll also put it in the show notes. If you want to drop the band again,
put it in the show notes because mine has the weirdest underscores that you will not be able to find.
Well, Harry, we're going to put your band handle too in the thing. Shout out to the band.
Yay. Yeah, we could use some more followers.
Oh, verified and everything. Let me follow right now.
So are you going to make your band? Is your band going to make an NFT? I think that done with adulting, we can make an NFT too.
Yeah, we're
what if
talking about it.
podcasts had NFTs? Jared, you're right.
Yeah, we can do it.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you both. The Wi-Fi is trying to play us, so we won't go much longer. But seriously, we appreciate you guys for coming on at 8 a.m. Time.
No, definitely appreciate it.
No problem. Yeah,
Thanks for
we
having
did what
us.
we could.
No, I think it was definitely valuable information.
Not
so
financial
people are
advice.
definitely gonna be or leave better than they came in. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
That's good. Good. That's what we want.
So we hope y'all learned something. Check out the show notes for Kelly and Harry's information. If you like this episode, per usual, go ahead and hit subscribe, leave us a review, or send this to a friend who doesn't know shit about crypto either, so they can listen.
Yes, make sure you follow us on the socials. Instagram, Done With Adulting Pod. Twitter, Done WTH Adulting. give us a share. Throw us on your story, like a post, leave a comment.
We'll be over here degenning.
Trying to make some money. Trying to make some money.